Hey everybody, good morning. It is the 26th of October. We've got just a few short days left in this month. We've got 5 trading days left. And as far as crypto goes, we end on Halloween this year, and want to take a look at what's going to happen this week, what we think might be happening. Before I get into any of this, you guys all know the deal. This is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. And of course, you are responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and as always, this is just my opinion on the market. So I'm going to do my usual here. I'm going to start taking a look at the stock market. I'm going to take a look at ES and also at NQ. Taking both a look at basically at the S&P 500 and at Nasdaq. Also, I'm going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. Lots going on right now in that neck of the woods. Question that I have is, have we topped out? You know, I've got my targets that I've been paying attention to for a while now, so we're going to take a look at those. So let's go ahead and just dive into the charts. How about it? So let's go ahead and just see what we've got going on here. Okay. I've got this same count, right? So this has not changed a whole lot. I'm gonna show a couple things here that I'm going to remove some of my indicators that I've got up here. So basically, from the bottom here, what I'm basically tracking here is a path where we've got basically a 1, 2. I'm going to change the color on this here, and then we've got a 1. And working on the 2, I'm not convinced that this 2 is in yet. I don't think we this actually probably will come down a little bit lower. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But ultimately, the upside target here is going to be at this 175, right? And then we're going to pull back for the wave 4, and then we go up a little bit higher. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put that in there right now so that we can kind of see this. I'm going to choose just white. Right, just keep it nice. And I'm going to remove this this indicator here. All right, so basically what I've got, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I had, I'm going to actually remove this because I was really pushing to make that happen, and I don't think that's exactly what's happening here. I had this wedge, and actually this wedge so far has been, it's been pretty good. So if I go out to, let's say, an hourly time frame and just kind of take a look at this, we had a little bit of a falling wedge here, and we did kind of do a little bit of a test of this channel, and I can pull this out and make it look a little better, but I was more of a fan of this coming down to about right here. So this is a good test, and this green area has been, and historically, and when I say historically, I mean since we put it in here back on, like, say, the 14th, this box has been here. We talked about this coming back to this level, to this range, and we found some support here. We found some support, found some support. Are we going to find support again? Or are we going to fall through? Okay, well, I'm going to remove this falling wedge here and just kind of bear with me here for a moment. Because again, what I think we've got here is we've got 5. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete wave A. This worked out pretty well. And then we've got a nice A, B, C into the B. Now from here, this is where I think I was trying to force a count. Okay, so from down here rather, let's just take a look at this, because from up here we've got a 1, 2, and I think the 3 could be here and the 4 could be right here, and then we go down for the 5. And let me just change this so that it matches the other 5-wave structure down that we had. So make that white. So again, 5 into the A, B, C into the B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go down for the 5. Now what I don't like, and if you're into Elliott wave, then this is going to bother you. The fact that this 4 violated wave 1, right? And people say that can't happen. So, is this invalidated? Yeah, maybe. But I still feel like today is going to be a little bit of a red day. I think we're going to end the day a little red. And I think that's okay, right? I think that's okay because, how far down are we going to go? Well, let's go ahead and put a little bit of a channel on this guy, because this channel has actually been pretty good. So if we take this down to here, pull this guy out to about right there, we are basically finding support here at the median. Okay, so wave 5 very well could come all the way down as far as maybe 336, 337. Okay, to finish this, right? To finish this. So let's pull this over here. So that would put wave C all the way down here, right? And so we were talking about this coming down here. Our stop loss, so our level of invalidation, is down here at 333. Okay, so this trade idea has been posted on the Discord for a while, and here we are. You know, we found support here already. Okay, I think we're probably going to cut about halfway into the stop loss. So if we break down below 3,400, I'm probably going to cut some of my position, and I'll buy more here at 336 to 337. Because if we're in this channel, this works out pretty well. I'm not a fan of calling this a WXYXZ. Not a big fan of that. Best case scenario, what we've got going on here is potentially from up here, we've got a little A, B, C right here. And let's put this on a smaller degree, change the color. Okay, an ABC there. And then from here, A, B, C to finish that. And then from there, what I don't like is the fact that this could be a little A, B, C down here, which means that this move would be done, which is why I'm still kind of set on this entry at 3,400. Right at 3,400, I believe 3407.50 was actually where I got long, but here in this level, it seems so strong. Looking all the way back over here, where we had this major dump when Trump made that tweet, we had a major dump there, and we're finding support there. We moved up significantly higher, pulling down. So this is looking pretty good. This is looking really good. So I am a fan of this this current prediction that we still have a bottom here. But if we go down, watch the channel, because the channel is going to provide support. And this is advice. This is not financial advice, but this is educational advice for any kind of a chart, whether it's Bitcoin or Chainlink or anything. We've got a little bit of a channel going on here, and we are finding clear resistance, and we're also finding clear support. So naturally, if we break down below this median, we come down here to the bottom, we should find support down there. Okay, let's take a look at Nasdaq. I have not looked at this chart in a while either, because I've been out. So we are violating our important support, which we've been keeping an eye on. So again, this is not looking too good. You know, I've still got a short open from up here, so this is still running. This is still going fairly well. You know, I do believe that we are in a wave 2 again, but the question is the C now down here? I don't know. This support here, you know, if we wanted to find the S&P 500 equivalent, that support would actually be right here, which we are kind of bouncing off of, because remember, on the S&P we had an expanded flat where we basically did this. We did the A, the B, and the C, where we actually ended higher, right? Whereas with the S&P, we had a little bit of a zigzag where we came down. We didn't go up as high, and we went down just a little bit lower. Again, a channel. So if we do pop down here to this channel, right, and if we zoom out, take a look at this, you know, we've had, you know, good tops and bottoms here. It's not the greatest, but I could definitely see, you know, the fact that we broke down below the 618, it kind of bothers me a little bit. It leads me to believe we come down to the 786, which is all the way down here at 11.4. Yeah, I suppose we could make that happen. I don't want to see us go down that low. I want to see us hold above 11.5. 11.5 is going to be pretty important for Nasdaq. I'm going to take a look at a couple stocks here. Then for all of my crypto lovers, I'm going to take a look at Apple. I'm going to take a look at Netflix. And some others as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at Apple. So Apple, we've been holding on this. It's been working out, still in pretty significant profit right now, and we had a potential for a 1, 2, 3. Then working on the 4, we're cutting down pretty deep. So chances are my subdivision here on this move is likely not correct. just based on the way it looks. It looked a little messy. We do see a little bit of a correction here, but excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cold going on here. The chances are higher of this being 1, 2, 3, 4, and that being the 5 right here. So that being a 5-wave structure there, which means we should be pulling back, and that's what we're doing. Let's go down here to the very, very bottom and work our way up and see where we are landing. Okay, it looks like we're close to the 50, but chances are this is going to come down to 111. 111 to 112 is likely where this is going to pull back to before we finally see another move up. We're pulling down, right? So we got 113.77 right now in pre-market hours. So likely this is going to pull back just a little bit. Still, the upside target is going to be at about 150 to 155. Let's take a look at Netflix. This guy pulled back significantly the other day. Pulled back all the way down here to the 786. All right, we had a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, completed that move. I got out at 568. And I recently bought back. I actually started buying at 525 back here at 382 because I was expecting that guy to move up from there. But we are finding support here at the 786. I bought more, I think, at 495. 495. It was actually during this big drop in after hours where I bought more. But this is I'm kind of holding on to this with a thread because if this pulls back below 786, it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. We fell through this 382 all the way down here to the 618. Now we're finding support here at the 786. So if we continue to base here, I'll have a little more confidence in my trade. But it was a good accumulation move. It was definitely way better than buying here and just continuing to hold. Selling here at 568 was a good move. The question is, did I buy back too soon? And maybe I did, buying at 525, but buying more down here at 495. I think it'll be good. So my re-entry is averaged out at something like 510 to 512. So my re-entry is pretty much right around here. So once we get back up here, it'll be good. We're just going to have to kind of wait and see because I do think that this has significant potential movement to the upside closer to 650, but this is going to take some time. This is going to take some time. As you all know, I typically tend to have a good directional bias on things that work out pretty well, but where I tend to where I need some work, and it's good to recognize where you can improve. I need to improve on my timing, so it is what it is. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? All right, so we had a good move to the upside. Um, obviously, I was kind of expecting this guy to stop at about 12, and we went much higher. And this is looking more like a wave 4 than anything. So I need to look at this. So we've got 1, 2, and let's go back to a higher time frame here for just a moment. Let's just kind of take a look at this. So we've got 5 or WX or AB, right? So I don't think this is not my chart. I know I've got a better chart here that outlines this. This is not it either. I feel like I need to get this so that I can show you guys. This one, I believe, is the one. Yes. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so I believe that we're finishing a much larger ABC pattern here. You've got a lot of people that are really super bullish up here, and it's going to get worse because I do think the price is going to go up higher from here. Okay, I do think that Bitcoin's price will move higher. This is probably not the greatest time to long Bitcoin, which is why I am currently not long. I'm looking to sell. when we get up here into this red box, which is going to be somewhere between 16 and 17. And again, I've said that for a while now, 16 to 17. You're going to have a lot of people that are talking about this thing moving up. We're going to be moving up. We're going to be moving to all-time high. We're going to be at 25K by the end of the year. I mean, shoot, maybe we will. Maybe we will. But fact of the matter is, what this is looking more like is we have this 5, 3, 5 here to the A, and then 5, 3, and then working on 5 into the B. So 5, 3, 5 into this A, 5, 3, 5 into the B. So what are we going to have from there? Probably 535 down here into the C. Are we going to see Bitcoin back at $2,700 in the next couple of years? It's very, very possible. It's very possible. It would not surprise me one bit if that happened. All right. So you're going to have anybody that's left over that bought Bitcoin up here. They're going to be wanting to get out of that position after enduring the last several years of bear market. And we all know there's a heck of a lot of people that bought up here, but how many are actually still holding? That's a question. So this guy right here, this is right here at 17, 17.1, 17.125. That right there is at the 100% equality from this A to this B. Move up here to the C, which is right there, right? That red box. You can see that little 100% there. That's based on this movement right here. So let's just go ahead and pull this guy over here. A, up there, pull back to the B, and then we've got a 100% right on top of that line, okay? So gravity is going to be pulling us right up there. So you just wait, because more than likely this is going to happen, right? We've got a nice little gravitation that's going to be pulling us there. That magnet's going to be pulling the price up there before it eventually is going to get rejected. It's going to get the hammer and we're going to be falling down, more than likely. More than likely. I'm not super optimistic unless we can break above 20K, right? If we can bust through 20K, then we'll talk. But for right now, I think that we're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're working on the 5, and likely an extended fifth. So we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me go down to, say, an hourly time frame. We'll take a look at this. All right, so from down here on this 4, we've got a 1, 2, large 3, pull back for the 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Complete that move. Then what do we get? We get an A, B, C to complete this 2. All right, so we have a correction right here. A, B, C. Complete the 2. All right, from there, what do we have? All right, well, we need to see this guy move up significantly. We have not done so yet. We have not seen a significant thrusted move to the upside, which we would want to see in a wave 3. So, what do we have? Well, I believe from a subdivision standpoint, we've got a 1, 2, 3, working on the 4, and then we go up for the 5, which is going to end wave 3. We go down for wave 4, and then we complete wave 5. We're working on the finishing move here. Likely it's going to happen sometime around Christmas. But again, as I mentioned before, my forte is not timing. My forte is really determining where we're going to go. Like, I'll give you a really great example. I got demolished back here because I was short from 995, 97. I was short from there, but I didn't think we were going to go down this low. Okay, so I flipped long here, got stopped out with crazy slippage. My fault. But then I went long here, and I wasn't sure how high we were going to go at the time, so I started shorting 7,000, 8,000. That didn't work out for me. So any gains that I made on this drop, one, I lost most of it on the slippage that I had on my stop loss. And then 2, I was long from 6,000, and then I started shorting at 7 and 8, was a foolish move at the time. Or at the time, it felt good, but looking back in hindsight, obviously that didn't work out. So um, basically, I'm kind of, not in a real good spot right now on crypto, but I do think that I'm just holding here. I'm just holding and waiting for this thing to come up here, and I will attempt to short starting at about 16. 16 to 17, I will start to short because I do believe that once we do get up here, we're probably going to see, hey Todd, how are you doing? We're going to see a significant move to the downside. And that is likely going to happen over the next probably 2 to 3 years. Okay? This this is going to kill a lot of people if this thing does pull down here. And remember, a lot of you guys are talking about Bitcoin going crazy high. This market is a lot different today than it was 7 years ago. Okay? You can make money when the price goes up and you can make money when the price goes down. And many exchanges are doing this. Binance, you weren't able to do that. You are able to do that now. Even in 2018, you weren't able to make money when the price went down. You can do that now on Binance. BitMEX obviously has been around for a long time, since Bitcoin was at like $200 or $300. But, you've got Bybit, you've got Deribit, you've got all different kinds of exchanges that offer these these leverage positions that'll allow you to borrow and sell. So likely this thing has the potential that it can go back down here. Are we going to go down as far as 17? No, I don't think so. But down here, more than likely, 2,700 is probably where this is going to end up in the next couple years. Doesn't change the fact that this is going to be moving up likely to 16 to 17K. And if this thing pushes through, then we'll go back and revise this. I'm not advocating selling here and just waiting for the price to come down to 2,700, right? This is kind of a model that I'm keeping an eye on, but this is not necessarily the only thing that could possibly happen to crypto, all right? So we're watching this to finish an ABC pattern to complete wave B, which if you're into Elliott wave, you know that wave B is usually the suckers rally. That is potentially what we are in right now. We are potentially in that wave B suckers rally right now. Excuse me. So just be careful. Be careful because it's very possible we get up there to 17K and you've got the greed that is going to be just flying through the roof. Watch the fear and greed. It's going to be up high, and then I think from there we're probably going to fall. Probably going to fall, and it's probably going to be a slow bleed, just like it was back here. Okay, we see formations like this a lot. We saw it back here. Okay, very similar right here, where we've got this mixed in with this. Same thing. Are we going to see that again? I tell you what, if we see this again, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. Here I am being George Bush again. Likely we're going to get something like this again. So watch for this formation. Okay? Possible this happens. So just be careful. Watch out for it. Recognize the signs. And know when you're wrong. And I'll be here. I've been here for the last several years now. I've been here. So keep an eye on this moving up to 17, potentially 17, maybe 16. Then we go down. Again, it's going to likely take at least a year, maybe longer for this to happen. Well, when we get down there, you better be ready to buy. You better be ready to buy. Once this thing dips below 3,000, you're going to be seeing all the people that have been holding from all the way down here that didn't sell up here, and they're all going to be stop lossing. This is where the big players are going to be moving up. Okay, alts. Good question. Good question. Let's talk about. I'm going to talk about Cardano because that's one that I have been watching. I've got a P&L on this guy, so let's just go down to an hourly time frame here, and I want to show you how it's not worth it to day trade alts right now. You've got these moving averages on 3-minute, 5-minute, even 15-minute charts. 15-minute chart looks pretty bad right now. if I'm being honest. The 15-minute chart looks really bad. It's being suppressed. The tides are going to turn here very soon. So I've had a trade set up out on the Discord for a couple days now, waiting for a move down here to the 786, and we are there right now. We are literally 3 Satoshis above where I said to buy, which is right below 800 Satoshis. And we're there right now. Like, we are there right now. You've got a good trade set up here. So let's just go ahead and go right into this chart. You've got a good trade set up here. Let me go to, say, a 4-hour time frame here. Okay, so from here, let's just look. From down here at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, extension into the 5th. Okay, if you want, you can pull the 3 up here. If you don't like my count, you can pull the 3 up here, pull the 4 back here, and we get a little 5th. All right, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, Sally. You could have a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, an extended 5th here into the 3rd, 4, and then work your 5. Whatever you want to count it. We finished a pretty good impulse up here. So now what do we have? We have a real steep pull down here to this A. Then we have an A, B, C into the B. This is the move that I want to play. We'll call it that suckers rally, okay? The suckers rally. Down here, Cardano at 800 Satoshis or less, in my opinion, is a pretty good place to be taking a little position. And you need to diversify. Don't go all in. Don't go all in. If you have 1 Bitcoin, spend like 0.1 Bitcoin on this. Put 10%. Okay? Find some other things that look good too. All right? So we've got a nice little A, B, C. This B wave, the suckers rally, people are going to be saying, okay, well, this is going to be the one that takes us up, and I think we're going to get the hammer. Okay? Christmas, guys. It's going to take some time. If this thing stop losses, it's a 6.28% loss. But it's a good potential move to make maybe 40, 50, 55% gain on your Bitcoin holdings. So if you put in 0.1 Bitcoin, you could come away with like 0.15. Okay, not a huge gain, but 50%, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so that could move. That could be a good move, and then we see a move down further. Maybe all the way back down here. Maybe we stop right here at 700. 700 seems like a good area where we should have some support. We should have some support right here. Okay, some support there. And also down here, we should have some support back here as well. We can even take this left a little bit. We could find some support right there as well. All right. So when we come back, look to take this trade too. All right. Look to take this trade. We'll put it halfway. Okay. Because this, good trade setup as well. But this one would be the one where we could potentially go much, much higher. Okay. So we're talking significant gains there. Again, how long is this going to take? Could be a year. Okay, it could be a year to see ourselves come back down here. If we make this move up and we see the rejection, it could be a year before this thing moves back down here. So don't set a buy there at 650, right? Don't just blindly set a buy. We need to actively monitor this and see how this goes. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink versus the dollar. All right, what's this guy doing? Well, we had a nice WXYXZ down here into this 4. And so we should be moving up. And if Bitcoin moves up, I think alts can do well. Alts can do well. This guy has potential end at about $38. All right. Now, do I think it's going to do a pullback? It's very possible. Very possible this guy does a pullback. But, what do we potentially have going on here? Let's go down to a 3-hour time frame. Okay. So let's dive into this here real quick. So let me just look at this. All right, so let's just take a look. I like to find corrections first. If you've been around me for any amount of time, you know this is true. A, B, C, down here. How far down did this guy go? Well, let's just take a look here. Pull this from there, all the way to the top. Here was our 618 bounce. We went a little bit deeper, not quite to the 786. If we get off of log scale, it still looks good, So to have this guy move down and correct down here, let's go ahead and pull this back. So what I think is happening here is from this bottom, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a higher degree. All right, let's go ahead and change the color on this guy right here. Okay, so that's a 2 there. Then, what I also think we've got is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll go into that 3. Now again, where am I usually wrong? Timing. So this looks like it wants to go higher. Let's take a look at this 1, 2 here. How far did that guy retrace? So we'll take that, pull it up here to the top, down here almost to the 618. So this looks good as well. This looks good for a continued move to the upside. Area of invalidation, because I don't believe we finished this wave 3, I think the area of invalidation has to be all the way down here. So all the way back down here is where our level of invalidation is going to be, which is pretty low, down at about 975. This is our invalidation level. Know when you're wrong. Know when you're wrong. Know when to cut. Now we're all the way up at almost $12 right now. So for this to be a stop loss, I would not get into this trade today. I would wait for this guy to pull back more because I do think it will pull back. I do think it will pull back. If this is a 1, 2 inside of this wave 3, likely this guy can come back down here to $11. Okay, so watch out for that. Ultimately, I think alts are going to do fine. I think they're going to do really great over the next 2 months. So I would be looking to catch some low bids. I'm looking at $11 on Chainlink right now. This guy, all the way down. So we've got a nice little from up here, potentially A, B, C, and then we can see this move up here. And it's still jury's out on where this guy is going to go, but it looks like it wants to be up. All right, I see that my opening bell has started, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I'm going to go and watch the market, keep an eye on things. But if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, you know the deal. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And of course, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day.